Hello, everyone. Today we are talking about argan oil, as we are almost always talking about argan oil. And I wanted to have this live and just bring this forward to you. We're going to be doing a weekly live discussing the various benefits of argan oil, discussing skincare, some of the great things in skincare, some of the not so great things in skincare. This way you have a resource and a place where you can come and ask various questions, and to what degrees we can, we will absolutely try to answer them. Full disclosure, of course, as always, we are a skincare brand. We use argan oil, but we've just noticed that especially with argan oil, there is so much out there for you. There are so many companies that are selling you argan oil and labeling it as something that it probably is not. So let me give you an example of what I mean by that. We're going to dive right on in. I'm obviously, if people are going to put up questions or anything, please put them in the comments, and I'm happy to answer them, or even if we need to address it at another time. But the real problem with a lot of these products that are being put out there is that they will say things along the lines of pure argan oil or organic argan oil, and they will even put various stickers on there. And you can go to Canva and you can just get a USDA organic sticker and you can put it on there and then upload that to Amazon, for example. You could do that. The problem happens with this. Organic means something different to different people. And when it comes to the argan oil that we have the argan oil that grows in a very small region of Morocco. So in Morocco, there's a small region, just because of the climate being just exactly perfect, whatever it might be, there grow the argan trees, the argan spinosa. And the interesting part about those trees is they give nuts. The nuts have the nut in it. The nut is squeezed, and thus the oil is made. When they tried to relocate these trees to other places and still very much give the same climate as much as possible, the trees grew, they did, but they didn't give any nuts. No one knows why. They kept on trying to figure it out to grow in other environments where there's bigger land and they could do more and more of it. Didn't work. Did not work. So they now do grow trees in other places, but what they did, the only way they could do it is they genetically modified the original trees. So there could be an instance of where certain people may not label that as not organic. They'll say, that's still organic. We can still label that as that. But truly, the small portion of land, and it's our founder says effectively maybe 200 square miles. Maybe it is bigger than that, but it's not a huge, giant, enormous plot of land where these trees grow, where these organic trees grow. They're harvested. And they're harvested, by the way, by hand and ground by hand. So a lot of this was preserved, in our case, for these women co-ops that came to be decades ago, where the women, they needed things to do to help support their family. They needed jobs and ways to help support and provide. And so these co-ops were created for them to harvest the nuts, and then for them to grind the nuts and turn them into the oil. Some of the nuts are also basically roasted, and they could be, because it could be eaten, but in our case, we are selling the cosmetic argan oil that is not roasted and shouldn't necessarily be consumed. So those things came together to create this, which is basically the main product of what we do, and this is the argan oil, right? This is the 100% pure, one ingredient only argan oil, organic, truly organic, certified organic. We have the full certificate of it actually being organic, which most of the time these companies don't actually show you the certificate. They'll just tell you, oh yeah, it's organic. How do you know? Who tested it? Right? Just because it has a label as a picture somewhere doesn't mean that it's necessarily true. So our stuff is also tested with the lab, and we have specific regulations to make sure that everything is actually tested, and there's heavy fines that we have to pay if it is not organic. So these things bring us to this point that we have all those things. We have all the purity and the quality of this oil. And that is partially the reason for it being so simple and so well priced, because this stuff can cost so much more. But because we've simplified certain things of the packaging, we don't need to charge such an exorbitant fee. You see some of the flip side where if you're seeing somebody selling argan oil by the gallon, or they'll give you some giant jug and it's like, yeah, $30 for this. No, there's guaranteed it is either not organic, not pure. It's probably laced with some other oils and mixed in. And that is kind of a danger that you get into as well with some of these other oils and some of these blends that you might have. So when you go to the store, you go to like a Whole Foods or something, and you look at the various skin blends and hair blends that you might use of the oils. And it says that it has argan oil in it, but how can you really know? How can you know that it's organic? How can you know how much of it does it have it in there, and the effects it's going to have? And this is unfortunately true for the vast majority of skincare. And let me be clear. If you're finding a product that works for you, great. Our mission is not necessarily to say everybody must be using argan oil. It is to say that argan oil is very effective. We have what we have found to be the purest and most organic argan oil. So this is definitely a solution for you. It really has very little allergies. Of course, if you have tree nut allergies, that can be an issue for using argan oil because it is a tree nut. But a lot of the allergies and things that people have and complain about on their skin, argan oil circumvents a lot of that. Even though it is an oil, it is very, very lightweight. Even though it is an oil, it hydrates. It actually, what it also does is stimulates and interacts with the glands in your skin. So it actually changes the amount of sebum and everything that is produced, meaning that if you are too oily, it will actually reduce that. If you're too dry, it will increase that. So it helps bring your skin to a specific balance. This is not just claims and claims and claims. This is the reason that it's called liquid gold, because it is truly that impactful and that magical. And the problem is it's been very much diluted into what you're seeing in the products that you're seeing majority of the time. And luckily, we are bringing this to the States, this true, pure, organic argan oil. That's our mission, to bring this to the States and to bring some other products that use some parts of this oil, because we understand that there are other things that are helpful. And this brings us to a conversation in general that we love having, and that is good quality skincare products. Where a lot of us may go for, oh, this is maybe just the brand, or this is, I heard this was good, but I don't know. And just because it says something on the label, I'm going to get it, as opposed to worrying about what's in the bottle, right? What's in the whole bottle, in the container? What are we actually using? So we right now offer only 4 products because we're focused on making sure that you're using the right important products. Like I told you before, the argan oil, this is the number one. Because the beauty of the argan oil is you can add this to whatever else you want. You want to add it to your hair, you do your regular shampooing, take a shower, then afterwards put a little argan oil in it, just a few drops. You can put it on your hands or in your actual hair and just spread it all around. You do not need much. For your face, 2 drops. 2 drops is plenty for you to be able to do that. So you spread it all around, and then that's it. You leave it in. Maybe you wrap up your hair, whatever it is that you prefer to do, and you will see so much of the difference of using that kind of oil and that lightweight of oil. So if you're used to something like a coconut oil, coconut is a very heavy oil. Olive oil is also a heavy oil. Putting that in your skin, putting that in your hair or on your skin, you absolutely can. Some stuff about coconut oil is coming out to where maybe it's not quite as good. But if it works for you, it works for you, absolutely. We are just saying that, isn't it better to go for those kind of ingredients than seeing a lot of synthetic ingredients as well? And for some people with allergens, I completely understand. You may need to have the synthetic versions, but there is just this question that starts coming up of, you put it on your skin, it becomes transdermal. It goes down and it goes into your bloodstream. What are you putting into your bloodstream? Do you really know? Have you done the research to be able to know? And if you have, and you're going, yeah, everything I'm putting in there is great, wonderful. We're just making sure that the people that don't do that and are kind of questioning it and maybe not putting the right things, on their body, and that's on their body, and that's in their body, then let's start that conversation. Let's have that. So the reason that we kind of brought it down to 4 is because really, if you want to take care of your face, your skin, and your hair, there's basically 4 things that you really need. Truthfully, you could take it down to 3, and you could probably even get away with just 2. And we'll start with kind of the order in which they would go. First things first, a soap. Right, some kind of a cleanser. If soap is too harsh on your skin, we have the soap with argan in it. It has argan powder in it. This doesn't have the argan oil in it, because then obviously it would melt and other things. It has the argan powder in it, but it's just a soap to cleanse all the impurities that you might have had throughout the day, maybe something you had in the night, the oils that your skin creates itself. If you tend to be too oily, that's what helps just cleanse it. You're just trying to cleanse it. If you want something a little less harsh potentially than just a soap, then you could get a cleanser if you would like. After that, you have a variety of choices depending on what time of day it is. If this is the morning, you usually go for something like a moisturizer. So in our case, this is the day cream. This stuff is actually amazing. It's primarily meant for the face, but you could absolutely use it on your hands. My wife has been using this on her forehead, and she had a lot of bumps on the forehead. So many other things that she had tried, even like a cortisone cream and other things, and none of them seemed to help. And her bumps have reduced. They didn't go away. In all honesty, they did not go away, but they reduced about 50 to 80% in a matter of 4 or 5 days. She thought it was going to take 2 or 3 weeks. We wanted to be honest, and let's see how long it takes. Yeah, 3 to 5 days. She had seen an improvement. I've also put it on my face, and it smells fantastic, and I can feel the improvement. And the ingredients are very natural. So if you look on the back of it, you look at some of those ingredients, they have the scientific names, which can get a little bit daunting for our products, where it's like, but really when you look up the stuff, it's very normal stuff like chamomile, or the actual argan oil. It's very normal, natural ingredients, just the scientific names of them. And that's what you should be going for. You should know exactly what's in there. It should be very fair. So after you've cleansed, you put that on, you could be good to go. If you wanted to put something in your hair, an easy go-to is the hair serum. This is the hair serum with argan oil. This is great if you're just going, I need my hair to look a little bit better and I just need to put something in it. Great. Put a little bit in your hand and then put it in your hair. Great. You are good to go. I joke, I've made a video before about this, where my wife put that in her hair one of the first times, and I gave her a compliment on her hair for the first time in 2 months or something, which I probably should compliment her more, but it begs the question that as soon as she did it, I noticed, right? Something was different. Something made me go, ooh, I really like your hair today. And it was the serum. So you could also put the argan oil in, but this is where I want to talk about the timing of it. You can also start your day with argan oil and put it on. The only catch is this. It is an oil. And if you put sunscreen or anything like that on top, then you're reducing the effectiveness of the sunscreen. Now, argan oil, unlike many other oils that we talked about that are heavier, argan oil is very light, so it absorbs very, very quickly. And if you have a different moisturizer, you can take 1 or 2 drops of argan oil and just put it into your moisturizer at the beginning of the day, and then just put it on, and then there you go, you're good to go. Argan oil, because of the high vitamin E, has actually basically it is able to protect you to a degree from the sun. Now, it doesn't protect you from the sun in the sense of the way that sunscreen protects you from the sun. It protects cells in general from stressors that may affect them. That includes the sun, that includes just general emotional stress, chemical stress, electrical stress. It does help reduce that. That's why a lot of this is the Moroccan glow that people talk about is from that argan oil, is from that high vitamin E and the oleic and onoleic acids, which are the fatty acids that really help nurture a lot of the barriers for the skin and make sure those cells are more resilient. And that truly is very important. Now, when you finish up, this is kind of the final thing. When you come home and you're all done, at the end of the day, that is one of the best times to use argan oil before you're going to sleep, so that your body can really absorb it into your skin, and you're not just brushing it off with other things that you are doing. Those are some of the best, to put it in your hair and maybe sleep with damp hair and that at the end of the night. Those are the best times to be able to use argan oil. Now, I will add to all of this is these are just the 4 products we went through. There are other products, they're back there behind me, but right now, these are the 4 important ones that we really just want to get out to people, right? Because if you focus in on these 4, and really, like I said, if you just do the argan oil, if you just want to focus on one, get the argan oil. Argan oil can be used to take off makeup, as a makeup remover. It's there for you to nourish your skin, to nourish your hair. If you want something that covers everything, argan oil. And remember, and this is very, very key, don't use too much. There's not necessarily a detriment to using too much. It's just that people overusing it will feel, oh, this is kind of greasy. It's not greasy. You just used a little bit too much. Now, it's oil. It's going to be a little bit greasy. You can't imagine that it would never be greasy at all. It's going to be a little bit oily, but the speed at which it absorbs into your skin is so fast that I think compared to other oils, you will notice a stark difference. So that if you even just use it and 30 minutes later or an hour later, it's already gone and you can still kind of use it and you're not feeling that, that can be a big difference for some people. And that's a lot of what we strive for. Now, let's talk a little bit about the moisturizers. And I think this is beneficial in general. If you take any moisturizer, what a moisturizer does is, in a way, it moisturizes the skin, right? It brings in more moisture. And the role of oils in moisturizers a lot of the time is to help lock in and keep the skin, keep the moisture in the skin, so that it doesn't as easily evaporate. So there's that layer of oil on top in a way. In a very, very, very small way, you're able to do that. Now, like I said, you could add a couple of drops of argan oil into a moisturizer, just onto your hand, add it on, and then mix it up and then put it onto your face. And that's a way that you don't even have to get a moisturizer with argan oil, or a way that if you really like a moisturizer, but it doesn't have argan oil in it and you want the benefits of argan oil, great. Just get the argan oil, 1, maybe 2 drops into a little bit on your palm, and then spread it onto your skin, and you are good to go. The interesting part about a lot of this is, again, that we said oil, it tends to repel water. This is something we know. This is a scientific thing that hopefully most people know. Oil tends to float on top of water. It repels water. They don't mix very well. So the interesting thing about argan oil, in this case, is that argan oil is actually able to, don't worry, it doesn't mix with water, but it is able to hydrate the skin, unlike a lot of the other oils. Because of how lightweight it is, and just because of the fatty acid profiles in it, it is able to actually provide some hydration to the skin as well, and some of that moisture. So that if you're looking and you're thinking, I just don't like oils because I feel oily, and then it doesn't actually feel like my skin is hydrated, argan oil is a great choice there for you. As I previously said, again, please make sure that you consider tree nut allergies, because if you do have very serious tree nut allergies, argan oil may not be the best choice for you, given that it does come from a tree nut. But it kind of is the question of what exactly are you allergic to in the tree nut specifically, but a word of caution for those of you. I will also add that the hair benefits. The hair benefits are very, very interesting in that sense of it provides and nourishes the scalp, which is still, of course, skin, but it also gives and nourishes the shaft of the hair. And so if you're allowing good health of the skin on the scalp, and remember I mentioned before that argan oil specifically can regulate how much your skin, how much it puts out in terms of oil, or reduce it if it's too much. It can regulate it and bring it more into balance. This also means that it can help regulate basically the base of your hair. How is that the roots of your hair. How is that being treated and how's that being nourished? Now, if you put it through the rest of the hair, so if you put it into your hair, maybe comb it through and get it on the rest of your hair, you are also allowing it to get some more of that protection. And then in terms of your split end, it can bring your split ends together and kind of help seal them together a little bit more. While it may not necessarily repair them to the point where you have no split ends, the way that it can help grow and kind of not just, I like to use the word stick them together, but it's not as if it's just, oh, I could put glue on there. There's more than that. It gives them a bit more strength to pull them together. It is very helpful for split ends if you're not looking to just have them be cut off necessarily, especially if you get so many of them that you're feeling like, my hair doesn't grow out enough. What do you mean I need to get it cut again for split ends? This can be a great way to nourish the entirety of your hair. Just make sure that you get enough of the oil on it. And when I say enough of the oil, I don't mean you need to add more oil. It's more that you need to make sure that you take multiple passes through. So take a couple of drops, put them on your hands, and really get them into your hair, onto your scalp, massage it in. Take a few minutes getting it all the way through your hair. And this brings us back to the point of quality products. Quality products are so incredibly important because then it takes a little bit. Unlike the cheaper products where there's so much filler and other ingredients in there to make them cheap that you have to use more to be able to actually get the effect. And in the long term, you end up actually spending more money because you paid for all the filler and all that stuff, and you didn't end up actually paying for the thing that was really, really good in it. Like, for example, the argan oil. It would be so much better for you if you were to go for the single ingredients, as close to single natural ingredients as you can, and then build from there. So, like I said, the 4 products that we have is the soap that you can use to cleanse, so some kind of a cleanser, some kind of a moisturizer. In this case, we have this day cream that smells fantastic, feels fantastic. This thing is truly my favorite. Even though the argan oil is amazing, this thing is close to miraculous. Then you have, of course, the argan oil if you want to add some more nutrients to the rest of your skin and hair to help it be revitalized and give you that glow. And then as an addition, the hair serum is it's such a great addition specifically for hair that we couldn't not bring it about and have that, because most people, they don't have something ready to go like this to make sure that their hair is not just looking better, but also feeling better and is actually healthier. That's what's so helpful with these products. And that's a large reason why we want to have these lives. We want to have these discussions with all of you to make sure that we're bringing in the information that you want to hear. We're helping you out with that. And as you see it scrolling down below, all of this can be found at riadearomas.com. And you can see right there, we have the descriptions, we have the pictures, and you can figure out what it is that you want to order, knowing that it's going to last you a long, long time. And what's very telling is that everybody on the team uses these products. We all use these products because they are fantastic. It is not as if we just go like, oh yeah, let's sell it, let's whatever, drop ship. No. We believe in these products and we use them. We believe in them because they are high quality ingredients and amazing. But there's also, for those of you that may care, there's an ethical stance for us. I told you at the beginning, and this is very, very important, is these argan nuts are harvested by these amazing women in Morocco, these Moroccan women that are part of co-ops that were really used to bring them together, where they may have had terrible luck with their families starving or needing the support. And this was a way for them to give back, where all of a sudden they could now work in this orchard. They work together. They organized it, and they're able to harvest these nuts. They're able to make the oil, and we're able to then bring that to you. We're able to package it and bring it to you. And that's the beauty of it, that by supporting Riyadh, you're not just getting yourself skincare. You're also supporting women across the globe, truly, all the way in a different continent. And you're really helping in such a large way. You're helping not only your body, but you're helping so many other people to be supported. That's a lot of the reasons also why we use it, because so many brands that you might go after, you don't know what their ethics are. You don't know how things are harvested, what they're doing. And they may give you amazing packaging that looks just fantastic. But then you look into the quality of the ingredients, or you look into how the ingredients were harvested. And you have to wonder if that's something that you actually want to support. And for us, this is what we want to support. This is what we want to do. And this is what we want to put out to the world, so that all of you can also have access to something like this. Because for the longest time, you couldn't. If you look around, this company has gone to other countries, but this is the first time it is in the U.S. That it's being brought in, and this is not something to sleep on. This is definitely important to grab at least the argan oil. Try the argan oil. Make sure you use all of it, because I have sometimes fallen into this trap of going, oh, I'll just use it once or twice and see if I see a difference. Right? That's similar to if you were starting to eat a diet and you said, yeah, I'll just try the diet once or twice for 1 or 2 meals and see if I see a difference. You're not going to see a difference. Maybe you'll see a bit of a difference in your digestion. And I know that metaphor may sound like it's getting away from me, but no, I mean that maybe when you first use argan oil, you will notice, oh, wow, that didn't feel as oily. Or, that absorbed very, very quickly. Or if you use the hair serum, all of a sudden you'll get a compliment for someone and you go like, oh, wow, I didn't quite notice it, but apparently there's a little bit of a difference. And then as you keep using it over a long period of time, that's how you kind of regain and rebuild that healthiness of your skin, of your hair, to where it is noticeable not only by others, but also by you. And people will start really asking you, what's the secret? And hopefully by that point, it's not a secret. But truly, the secret to skincare, I'm not going to say argan oil. The secret to skincare is consistency. It's the secret to everything and most things in life. Consistency is very helpful. And if you can consistently use the proper ingredients, take care of your skin and hair, people will notice that natural beauty that a lot of us strive for, where we're like, oh, I just don't want to put on a bunch of makeup. It takes consistency. It takes taking care of your body, taking care of your skin is your largest organ. Of course, you need to take care of your largest organ on your body. Your hair is also so important. Now, granted, some of those things are genetic for hair. Understandably, they are for me. But it doesn't mean that we can't do a better job, and things can look even better as we keep on working towards skincare that is both good for you and good for others. In the case of the co-ops that we're discussing, those are truly good for others. I'll once again run through the products that we mentioned, so that some of you can really understand this is, and you'll notice that the packaging is also similar. There's a lot of all of this kind of design that's very Moroccan inspired. It's very Moroccan style inspired thing. So the argan oil, of course, is the classic. There are 2 sizes for the argan oil. If you want to get the smaller or the larger, this is the larger size. And the reasoning that you might go like, wow, that's not even that big. You don't need that much. This truly will last you for a long time if you're just using 1 or 2 drops, and you really don't need more than that to just cover your face. Then, of course, there's the argan soap. And this is just a very, very simple one. If you're looking just to try it out, very, very simple bar of soap with some argan powder in it. There's the day cream, which this is the moisturizer. This, if you're looking for one that is going to be this, oh my goodness, I got results so fast, this seems like a miracle thing, this is that one. I was very impressed. My wife, we are both very impressed when using this stuff. And then this is the serum, the argan oil serum for hair. This is the hair serum. Spray it on. Like I said before, this is what just one use of it got a compliment from me, where I told my wife, wow, your hair looks really, really nice. And I had no idea that she had used it at that time. So I hope that this was informational to you and helpful to you. Please put in the comments, even after this, put in the comments, what are the things that you want to hear? What are the questions that you have? Not even just about argan oil, that you absolutely can. What are the skincare questions you have? What are the uncertainties you have? I don't wish this just to be a promotional live. I want us to start having those important conversations around skincare and hair care that it seems that so many brands are not willing to. We need to bring ethics, authenticity, and genuine connection into the luxury side of skincare. So please put your thoughts down below so we can chat further about that. And we will be here on a weekly basis to try to bring you more information and more help around skin and hair care. And visit riyaddearomas.com so you can find all those. It's scrolling down below right now, so you can find all the products that we talked about. I hope you have a fantastic rest of the week, and we'll see you again next week.